Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Buffalo Bills. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Hey, 180! Mike 50! Mike 50! Drop deep, drop deep. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Half.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. Give him 3 there on the first play. In the game, and it's second down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
At the 27-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Third and 3.
Money! 50!
Crunch down, defense.
Alert!
Hey!
Zoo!
50! 50 to Mike! 50 to Mike!
1, 2, 3! Mike 50! Mike 50! Here we go! Mike 50! Mike 50!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Express!
Ringo!
694!
49!
White!
From midfield, here's Carr. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Express! Raider 1!
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Defense.
Check 13. Check 13.
Big ass, big ass, big ass.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Right Monday down. Kill. X3. 218. Chopper.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Shift.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Down. 180.
Yates, Mike. Army. Check the backer. Check. Fresh.
Hey, 734.
Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On 1st down, Carr. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
Down.
49's the mic.
180. 180. We're good. Here we go. 180. Easy. Kill.
Check.
Deuce right, Chief.
Check.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bring it.
Express.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We're gonna work.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Down. 180.
Mike, 49.
Right down.
Shit.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
I got you. Slam.
Dumbo.
Joker. Check nickel.
They'll run with Pollard. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
General West.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go.
He's checking.
Allen now looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Wide. Pilot, 64, weak. Check 9. 56. Hey, Charlie.
Snap comes in 1, and it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Allen going to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Maurice hurt. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Brings up 3rd down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Alert! Mike 51. We go.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now this is fielded in the end zone.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position. Their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
50.
Down. 180. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
280. What's up? 58 is the mic.
On 2nd down, Richard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Completes it to Davis. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
To throw again. Carr, incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch the 661. Matchbox lights.
Express. Get set.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
White down. 180.
58, the mic. Focus, defense, focus.
734.
58, boys, 58.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, he's going deep for Brown. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
And here's Allen throwing again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
17 yards. That's good for Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On first down, Taylor is brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
Half.
Mike, 50.
Hey, exit.
Let's go, defense. Our time.
Here's Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Target. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Five.
Get that ball.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Sack left, baby.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Thomas. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Down. 180. Raider 1.
Greystone, travel.
Hands
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We're good, we're good.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. This one into the hands of Hurd. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Down. Blue 80.
Mike, 49. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 49.
Express.
49 to Mike. Watch
Raider 9.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Blue 80.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
You're mine.
I'm coming.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Taylor, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go right here now.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
What's that? What's that?
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, orbit.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Regular.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 50.
Allen now, going to throw again. And he finds Tyler Croft. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, let's calm down.
Throwing on 2nd and 9. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
3rd down and 20.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You ain't going nowhere. Sound. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Go.
Let's get a sack lunch.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here we go. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
To the air, Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, of course, as a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 52.
Calling out a throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. Tackle there by Saran Neal out of Jacksonville State. In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On 3rd down, Carr. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
Smoke!
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Come on.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
SOS.
Throwing now is Allen. And the grab by Croft. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
51's the mic, boy. 51.
From the gun, it's Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion. We're just shy of the marker. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
Mike 50, huh? Half 85.
Watch safety creep.
On first down, it's Taylor. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Middle.
50's the mic.
From just shy of midfield, Allen, he's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Off 52.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
We go.
50.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 25.
Raider 1. Hey, Alpha.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Watch the run.
To throw his car. Forced out to his left. Got a man. It's Brown. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Down.
50, Mike 50.
180.
Let's go.
Hey, we're good. 180. 29. 29. Yes, sir.
On first down, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Watch 6-6. Pull it high.
On second down now, Richard, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Shift. Tight dog.
Check four.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be third and a mile.
Kill. Turn up.
Express.
From the gun, it's Carr. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about it.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. So it's Bears football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
High 7.
Allen off the play fake. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
13 yards. Brings up third down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
I'm coming for you, son.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
Loss of 7. It's 4th down.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for our visitors, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.